I live flowing with the nature. I try to flow with its quality, with its laws. We cannot go against it. There's a price to pay if we do that. But with that we learn in life, with every experience we do. So the first rule that I obey is the respect. We need to be respectful. So I live with truly and fully respect. I respect everything because everything is a gift here. Are these thoughts mine? They come and go. They come from nowhere. They come out of a reaction. They come so fast. They come from a huge, vast time and space of memories. They're not mine. I just repeat them through my voice. I need to respect everything here that comes and goes because it's not mine. I experience it. I need something. I take it, I ask for it, gently, I use it, I transform it, and I put it back there. I try to put it back better than what I found it, and I put it back in the place where someone else after me can find it, and they can use it for the right purpose, like I did. I try to respect the flow. I try to respect myself and others, the space, the object, the senses, everything needs respect. It's not mine, it's not yours, it's a gift. Whatever we receive a gift, the gift of life, the gift of seeing, the gift of senses, the gift of hearing, the gift of taste, it's a gift. We need to respect, we need to understand them in the right way. We cannot abuse them. I live with respect for the senses. For example, I hear something that I don't like, I decide that I don't like, and I react without thinking, and I react badly, and I get angry versus that person. That's using my quality, my power of hearing in a bad way, isn't it? I don't respect the quality of hearing, and I don't respect that person that he just expressed his opinion. I can be calm, I can observe the things coming in, I can observe how I'm hearing, and if it triggers something inside of me, I can wait, I can shift it and see it to both the sides, and with respect, I pour my answer out. I don't be fast, I don't want to be furious, I don't want to give up into angriness of ignorance. I need to be patient, I need to understand the right way of life, I need to respect all the senses. If I see something I don't like, I do the same. I don't judge. So I live with respect. Respect for my own life and respect for the others. It's all a gift, it's all a job of nature, so we respect the nature. We bow to it. So the first rule, the first quality we need to respect is this. Respect, it means bring up the quality of kindness, bring up the quality of being present. Sometimes we need to respect the time of others. Sometimes the others take a long time to understand. We need to bring respect to that. We need to use kindness toward them, toward ourselves too. Because indeed, nothing really actually happened out there. It starts to happening from inside. It's my senses, it's my ear that want to hear what they're saying, and I decide I have the only one quality really that I can feel free to do, which is my choice. I decide, I choose how I intended to hear that. how I'm intending to see that. And then I could take time and choose my answer. It's better always to answer with respect. When I do my action, some specific qualities have to enter into my action in order to be successful, in order to keep myself happy and aligned with my purpose of life. My action need to have the quality of not only respect, but also sacrificing myself sometimes. In order to obtain something, we need to sacrifice something else. If I want that something goes good, I need to keep positive thoughts. So I live with positive thoughts. I live with respect. I live with the performance of sacrifices. And I live with determination, because if I give up into doubts, I need to reach that goal. And if I start to think, but if, maybe, I don't know, take a long time to arrive there, probably I will never. So I need to use determination in my goal and take that straight path to it. Don't get distracted by the mind. And then, another quality that I live with is courage. Some moment we need to take some decision that will take courageous. So we need to be brave. We need to be the hero in our life that is able to slay sometimes those emotions, those attachments, those desires. We need to be courage to do that. Brave. Let's be. So that is how do I intend to live. And how can I be in this path to cultivate awareness. As I say, one of the qualities was sacrifice. I start to wake up every morning early. In the last 26 years, I wake up between 3:30 to 4 a.m. I wake up, I'm gonna be brave, I'm gonna be courageous, I'm gonna be positive. I sit still, relax, I check my body, and then I connect with my natural breath. To do so, I need to activate my presence inside. My presence is my third eye, what we call third eye, that have to be always open and always watching inside. It has to watch what the natural body does, what the natural breath is. If I learn concentration into my natural breath, I will be very attentive in the present. I will be responsible when it's time to see the consequence of my actions, because I see where they born. They born from inside, much before. I already start to think bad about that person because he did something not good, not honest, and then I see that I finish in fighting him. So, and separate, I break my relationship with him or her. So who is responsible? Not because he do something, but because I choose to think already something bad about him before. And slowly, slowly, nature give me the result, the effect of my cause, of my thoughts. If I was aware in that moment that I start to think bad, I already start to think for separation. Of course, it's my friend, I should not have those kind of thoughts. But I start to project on him these thoughts. So I was not present, I was not attentive. That's why every morning I sit and I cultivate concentration. Meditate to reach awareness. It's a sacrifice. Require a lot of bravery, courage. But I sit every morning, 3, 4, 5 a.m., whenever I'm ready. I open my eyes and I don't spend time in the bed fantasizing about few dreams and say, no, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. No, I just decide to sit and meditate. Observe my natural breath as it comes and it goes, and relax my body, surrender my mind, till I reach a point of stillness, and there I could see. When I stay silent, When through silence occupying myself, I perceive the subtle energy, and I can drop and I can go subtler and subtler, and I can feel the origin, the source of myself. I can see the nature acting, creating this body, this emotion, these thoughts. I can observe them before they come. How they look like inside when I open my third eye and I just fix my presence inside myself. So literally my body disappears, is not there anymore. My mind is so silent, is quiet, is just observing. So it's not an interrupting that process of the presence inside myself. So what I observe in that moment, I became like a bottle of sparkling water where I observe so many thousands of little bubbles forming and rising up, spiraling, moving, exploding, exciting inside, coming and going, appear, disappear. Imagine you have a bottle of sparkling soda, you tap it on the floor and you see all those sparkling gas coming out. So inside it looks very similar. And this bubble, as in the soda, come and then they pop and then they disappear. Sometimes they pop in middle path, sometimes they pop in the surface, but they keep reproducing this effervescence. That's effervescence give also a spark, is full of electricity, is full of power. So it's just like, wow, it's so powerful. It's an amazing sensation. It's exploring an amazing world. And what this really world looks like, I notice that the scientists, when they look out there in the cosmos, they're talking about the stars, planets, galaxies, a mass of galaxies moving exactly in the same way, as fast as I look inside, as fast they come and they go, they move, they're whirling, they're shifting, they're spinning. There is a blank black canvas behind, and all these stars and sparkling, moving, so inside, so outside in the cosmos. It's like a fractal. Once we enter the deep meditation, the state of absorption in these qualities, in these elements of us, we learn so much. We learn that nothing is separate. Everything is the same, repeating. We learn by silence, suddenly, like a revelation, we learn the principle of this nature, how the nature come to be, how the nature dance with these three qualities, how the dualism is always present because we have a limited mind, is a software, is a computer, that it giving us the possibility to see the dualism. The dualism, what is happening to our mind when we perceive this dualism, is a paradox because we cannot say yes and no in the same time. We cannot do it and not do it in the same time. As you can see, our brain is programmed to pour out one thing per time, or yes or no first, and then come the other one. That's why we live this experience of suffering also, because we can't really take the whole and put it together. Even with words, it's so difficult to explain just because of this. That's why the truth, the real truth, you explore it, you experience it only in the pure silence. When the mind is completely calmed down, the body and the mind, they will reach the same frequency of the center of the earth. Once we attune with that frequency, then something enter, shift. The inner cosmic intelligence start to take over our perception, and we enter there. Only when we match the vibration of the earth, of Mother Earth, is exactly also when the healing power starts. What we call Tantra is the union of a light and the power of a life force that enter together and became one. That's how things get created, that get manifested. We need to activate that fire, that light, that energy, and we bring it down to the empty, to the lowest vibration we know. And then the door will open down there. The seal of a tree of a knowledge, it will appear to us. The snake can allow it to rise. Many people talk about experiencing incredible ecstasy or whatever. Sometimes the mind tricking us. Maybe they just experience opening of one chakra. They experience to be water or to be fire. It's so powerful. It looks like, wow, something incredible event happened. But it's not Kundalini yet. Trust me, to awaken that, it takes a huge amount of concentration and huge amount of power. But anyone can do, depend how much sacrifice, devotion, bravery you put in your action. So let's don't get lost. How do I live? I live with meditation. I live striving for concentration and awareness in the present moment since early morning. And then I perform my normal life. And when I can, I go back to sit and meditate. But this art of living is not only that hour in the morning or that hour in the evening. It is an awareness that is happening through all entire day of my life. When I walk with awareness. I don't need thought when I walk. I need just to walk from point A to point B. When I walk, I will concentrate my presence into the feet, into the sole of my feet. And I will feel all my weight of the body sitting there, in every feet. I will show you how to walk consciously. Like that, I train constantly my body and my mind to stay empty, to be surrendered to that vibration of the ground that will give me realization of who I am. Every action, even just drinking a glass of water. You know, in Japan, we learn the art of pouring the tea. Everything is so perfect. Going to movement from point A to point B, perfectly aligned, without wasting any energy point. Everything is controlled by that breath. I breathe in, I recharge my energy. I breathe out, I expel the toxin. I breathe in, I breathe out. Honestly, if we learn just to keep the attention of the breath, we will gain so much understanding. There is not much left to do, you know. This is the real job to do, cultivating the knowledge of ourself, our true self. If we keep going deeper and deeper, we'll be granted the experience of superpower, supernatural things. I will talk about my experience also in other videos if you are interested or something. I will explain how it comes, how it happens, and how much powerful it is. How much incredible experience you get to know. But it's not something that you need to use to in this life for special things. Maybe we can use it for healing. That's a good purpose. But life as it is, with superpower or not superpower, it doesn't matter. The only thing we need to learn is to go back to the source. You don't need superpowers for that. You don't need a telephone, you don't need a book. You need to stay within yourself. The true knowledge coming to true experience inside the body. Unfortunately, the mind is an incredible program, can be very useful if you use it correctly, but can be very deceiving if you don't know it. It can use you. In my country, in my language, the name of the mind is called the liar. And nobody even pay attention to this strange name. But indeed, the mind is here to deceive. The mind actually is the one who tricks us to make us believe that we are just this person, this body, that we really identified with whatever happened and we suffer because we identified with our emotion, with our attachment, with our feelings. So it's really triggered to, it's very difficult to come out from it and say, okay, if I die, what I am. It's so scary, because all the mind knows is this, and if this collapse, all this reality collapse, where are we? Where are we going? What we do? We finish? So that's scary thoughts. It's really intense and can really block some people, and they cannot go forward. So bravery, courageous, sacrifice is necessary to defeat the power of the ego. It's not so easy. The ego is not actually to be cancelled. You cannot cancel it. It's our friend. You need to be friend of your ego. You need to understand it, and he will understand you. So at a certain point, when you say, okay, my friend, now it's time to be silent and be quiet, he will be silent with you. And he will be sitting there with you in peace, waiting that the true coming up. Our body will show us the true things that really true happening, because the body cannot lie. It doesn't have a brain that can deceive you. The body just shows you what exactly can happen inside. Nature is there and she cannot hide. To me, she showed me this bubble effervescence that they come and go. That's how she manifest this body. With all the elements combined together, she make this body manifest. That's impressive, magic, miracle. And inside, atom by atom, molecule by molecule, sparkle by sparkle, photon with photons, they combine, they dance, they come and go to create this that looks so real. But as you know already, our science explained, indeed, it's empty, it's an illusion, it's a projection coming from inside. And it's so well done, they look so real and look like so solid, but it's not. In the deep meditation, we tap into that is not solid. We go beyond the mass. We can be a very attentive observer, and we can open the mass. We see inside the atoms. We drop in the subtle and subtle perception. Thoughts and emotion are already gross line, the surface of life, the gross part. We already abandoned them. We're already going subtler and subtler in exploring what is inside the atomic particles, the photons, the light, how it moves, the waves that are intertwined inside ourselves. We need to be so attentive, so silent to perceive that small, tiny vibrations, till they will get us open up the third eye, the inner sight, that real knowledge. So that's how we live. That's how we should live. Devoted to the knowledge of ourselves. I don't want to go too much forward today. There's a lot already I put there. If you have any question about what I say, or how to reach there, or if you don't understand something I've been saying, if you're a little bit confused, you can subscribe, you can send me an email, you can call me in WhatsApp. I'm available. If you need some help, I'm there. You can watch my website, it's under construction. So sorry if it's not really beautiful or complete. I'm not a technician in IT. So take your time, breathe, move out from the comfort zone, find the right action, find comfortable place to sit and time for meditate, cultivate yoga, inner stillness, breath work, clean up the body through fasting process,